One of the most criminal things I've seen in Battlefield 2042 so far is the absolute disrespect. And honestly, the fact that people ignore Hazard Zone. I see some chatter and discussion about Portal and things like this, but nobody talks about Hazard Zone. So I want to talk about why Hazard Zone has effectively died, if it even had life to begin with, and talk about what the future of it can have for the franchise. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a thumbs up, as it really helps the videos get out there. Subscribe and tick that bell so you don't miss 2042 content just like this in your sub box. So I am a big advocate, a big fan of Hazard Zone. One of my personal favorite games of all time, actually, and I can say this, is of all time, is Hunt Showdown. And a lot of people have never really tried it. It's a still very unknown game. So the best thing that I can compare this to that is publicly known is Escape from Tarkov. But it's nothing like Tarkov at the same time. It's not as serious. It's not as punishing. This is definitely more of an entry-level experience, a cousin, if you will. But it does have a sort of relation to a Battle Royale, but it's not a Battle Royale, right? Battle Royales, I feel like, are overdone, and a lot of people aren't a fan of them. So what went wrong? Why has this not picked up in popularity for the Battlefield crowd? Because I feel like it's perfectly marketed to us if people would honestly give it a chance. The Battlefield crowd in general is a very old school one. How do I say this without disrespecting anybody? They're reluctant to change. And you've seen this year and year, and not that there aren't people like this in every community that have been around for a long time, like Call of Duty guys, and wanting to relive the glory days and take us back to Black Ops 2, brother. But the Battlefield community has always really just been put their foot down, don't change, we don't want to be like COD, we don't want to do any of this. And what really confuses me is we have something entirely new. This isn't Battlefield trying to be something else, this is an entirely new entity within Battlefield. And I don't know why people don't give it a chance, and I think what's so appealing about it is it's still squad-oriented. Believe it or not, Hazard Zone, though it is kind of void now, it's kind of empty, you can play any of the roles, but those classes and those loadouts that everybody are talking about and they want back, roles actually matter inside of Hazard Zone. Team play actually matters. Communication actually matters. Hazard Zone severely needs VoIP, by the way. But if people would just take the time, if they're frustrated with the base 2042 All-Out Warfare experience and went out there to try Hazard Zone, honestly gave it a chance for a few hours, I think a lot of people would fall in love with it. But that is the problem. I don't think anybody's given Hazard Zone a chance. I think the people that have, Hazard Zone's doo-doo, they've queued up for like 4 matches and quit, and that's it. I have an entire set. I've got 2 or 3 videos that I've made on tips and guides for Hazard Zone because I think it's amazing, and it'll honestly help you understand the game better and pick it up and enjoy yourself and honestly get good quick. So I'll leave those in the description of this video. But this is really marketed to the Battlefield franchise, right? It's good that they have something tied into the franchise, and to me, I really see the Hazard Zone experience going to translate to what like Call of Duty Zombies was. It's going to have, right now, it's in that starter phase where it's kind of developing itself, trying to find out its own identity, kind of like how Zombies was for Call of Duty. When it came in first, there weren't many fans of Zombies, but there was a small niche community that really vibed with it because it was bare bones, it was simple, it was an idea that people really took to. And I feel like that's what Hazard Zone can be, because I don't think Battle Royales are the future. I think games like Tarkov, games like Hunt, and game types like Hazard are going to be the future, because they aren't too far off of Battle Royales, true, but they're not necessarily played like that. They're all about decision making. One decision after another decision after another decision. It's so much deeper on a competitive and a serious level. It's something that Battle Royales just simply cannot capture, and haven't since they've begun. And I think because of that, that should appeal to the Battlefield crowd more, because of that teamwork orientation, because of the synergy, and because of that seriousness. We have, for the first time in 2042, a competitive experience for Battlefield, and people aren't trying it out. We have something that people are desperately asking for, and that is teamwork to come back, and people are just not playing it. And I think it's a great addition to the franchise, and I want to see it improved upon. Do I think Hazard Zone's going to be phenomenal throughout 2042? No. I think this is the start. I think it's eventually going to become something huge, and it's going to be its own draw. I think one of the few things they can do to bring in attention to Hazard Zone is make it go free to play. Consider it an entry point into Battlefield. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to try out Hazard Zone, especially seeing as how its competitors, like the Hunt Showdown and Tarkov, cost money. So there are a lot of people that have just never played Battlefield. But if they try Hazard Zone, they like Hazard Zone, those could be customers, future multiplayer players inside of the franchise. And I think this would be a great way to bring people into and introduce them to Battlefield in general. And it's going to be kind of an entry point. So that's one thing they can do. Number two is they really have had no incentives and no real positive reason for people to go try Hazard Zone. They haven't marketed it. They haven't really talked about it. I feel like when the season passes and maybe some of the weekly challenges come out, I feel like they're going to tie into Hazard Zone at some point when the community is in a more, I guess, savory space, when people aren't so frustrated with the game. I think they're going to, for lack of better words, force you, if you want this cosmetic, this weekly cosmetic, or you want these cool things, you're going to have to go try this thing out, this new thing that we made. And I'm completely cool with them trying to steer the community and guide them and coerce them or tease them into playing the game, because I think people will truly love it if they are, you know, kind of encouraged to play it. So that being said, I think they are going to find a way to drive traffic to Hazard Zone at some point, be it through season passes or unique cosmetics. But Hazard Zone would truly benefit from having its own set of cosmetics, its own set of unlocks. And I think that's how you're going to get more people inside of it. People like to be rewarded. And the fact that none of that exists outside of a couple player cards means that people really don't want to go try it out. But if the incentives are there and then people get a taste of it, you might just find some people really love it. So that is my idea about Hazard Zone. Is it dead? Yeah, it pretty much is. Can they bring it back to life? It's Battlefield, baby. Anybody can do that, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching the video. What do you guys think about Hazard Zone? I think it really does have a place in the franchise. I think it's going to be one of the main parts of the franchise if they really take time and invest into it. And I think it could be what Zombies was to Call of Duty. It could be what a Battle Royale was to Call of Duty, what Warzone is to Call of Duty with time. Is it going to happen in 2042? I don't think so. But could it be in 1 or 2 more titles? Absolutely. And I hope to see it because I think it's got a really good foundation so far. So thank you again for sharing part of your day, listening to me ramble and rant about one of my favorite things that nobody plays, and encouraging you guys to go give it a chance. If you're getting burnt out or you're frustrated with the base game, you might just love it. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow with another 2042 video.